to the GG Bets Ice Challenge here in London. Beautiful London, Halvor, I should add. It's a lovely time of year.
Sun's out.
Sun's out. It's looking
25
great out there.
degrees.
It's perfect. It's really nice. So we're going to find ourselves going to an Inferno here between GODSENT and ENCE. ENCE, once again, pretty woeful performance by their standards. Nuke, historically a great map for them, and just not getting it together on their pick. 16-7, all falling apart. We've got the GODSENT now Inferno. Sure, not a scary territory in terms of the map, but doesn't bode well at all for the 2-0 that looks likely.
Yeah, especially because the things that are falling apart for ENCE is just there seemed to be very little cohesion between what they want to do, what kind of idea they set out in the rounds to do, and what they actually end up following through with. On the side of GODSENT, that's been the completely opposite. They've pretty much had a set plan. They've followed it to perfection, more or less. The players seem to be chiming in just...
The ones you want to see at the top as well, right?
Exactly.
Your Zen, your Maidens at the top there. Everyone else is kind of filling in their roles. Sticko's looking really decent, holding those kind of anchor positions. Crystal, selfless as ever, just dropping every weapon and using an MP9 and dualies pretty much every single round. Mike clearly didn't have a show-stopping performance on Nuke, but that's to be expected with the kind of territory of the map and not really being an Orpus paradise. Inferno, as a map, he could have made a bit of a name for himself, but going against Alu, that's probably his best map in terms of CT AWPing. He kind of defined the style of how to be aggressive on that map and kind of go for those second mid picks. So I feel like ENCE do have a fighting chance here, but really not impressed with what they put down this tournament. They said 2020 was what the year they were aiming for. Things just seem about the same, to be honest with you. I'm not seeing any crazy innovation.
Might be on a different calendar.
Maybe.
2020 doesn't start until like mid-March.
Could be the situation, but this, like we said that on, excuse me, on a 9-day boot camp, but it's not really seeing it right now. Like they're looking like they're going backwards instead of forwards.
Yeah, and that's a weird one as well, because when you come out of a boot camp, at the very least, maybe, sure, you haven't been able to specialize on maps that your teams are going to be picking against you, but you've shored up whatever you're picking into at the very least. That was not the case for Nuke. Just sloppy, uninspiring. The couple of rounds they got on the T-side was just off of individual prowess.
Deagle plays and a hero AWP, for example.
Exactly.
Doesn't look good for this Group B elimination game for ENCE so far. This is their first big tournament of the year, and they're hoping to show us what they're made of. Haven't really seen much at all as of yet, looking down the barrel of tournament elimination here and this very map if it goes against them. And Sunny, he had some moments, he saved them once in the second half, managed to keep them in the game with the AWP play, but that's about all to be said, like a former world star. And Maincast, like you said, top 20 player of the year. Haven't really seen any of that come to the forefront just yet. We've had some moments from Ariel. He's kept them in the game as well. But we needed the whole team come together and look like a proper unit instead of a group of individuals that can make things happen across the map.
I think it kind of paints the picture nicely when you think about how dire it's been for them. When you talk about, one of the uplifting moments was Sunny with his op.
Sure.
That's not really the go-to.
We've never really seen him with a big AWP sequence before, and that's the round that really keeps him in the game. Yeah, it doesn't bode well going forward at all. And it's the final game of the day. We do 4 best of 3 today here.
Yeah, and it's been a quick one, though.
We have had some quick ones, that's for sure. This one, I feel like this could go to a third. I still feel that's a possibility. Not writing them off. Like, I don't think you ever can. Like, regardless of how first map goes down, like when they realize that this is it now, they've really got to look better. They managed to win Pistol in the second half. If they can get a CT start Inferno, if Ali can get the AWP alley, there's a lot of variables in there. But I would still lean towards GODSENT for what I've seen so far. But there's always a chance that ENCE do wake up. I suppose that's all I can really bring. In terms of excitement.
Yeah, no, I mean that's fair. And I guess the one thing we kind of talked about as well when we were talking about the prospects of the second map is the fact that usually Inferno goes the way of the team that plays better. Sure, you're allowed to have a couple of games here and there where the individuals do come through for you and salvage the map, but on an average, I guess, on average, you would say that Inferno just goes to the better team. And we said it yesterday, GODSENT looked like the better team against Na'Vi. Obviously, we didn't have Inferno being played that time around, but again, it's the same kind of recipe that we're going into map 2 with, the fact that GODSENT looked like a better team. So I'm inclined to lean in their favor. Yeah,
I think that's a very wise and informed decision. I'm not sure ENCE would agree with you. They're on your screens right now just trying to get themselves locked in. And Inferno hopefully starting momentarily. Looking to see a few boys still on Nuke there. So might be a few more minutes before the knife is underway.
Yeah, we did talk about how ENCE might have needed a couple of extra minutes to really get their thoughts together. Get on the same page.
Definitely.
If the 9-day bootcamp didn't do anything for you, maybe this extra 5 minutes.
I am worried. Like if they do go out like last place here, and it feels like it's one of those kind of times of turmoil, where this will be a catalyst for them making changes. If it comes to become dead last, this could be it.
That's the thing, right? Because you tossed out the idea, like how much time do you give a team like OG or Complexity, right, before you start making changes? Well, how much time do you actually give ENCE, who hasn't necessarily had a full new 5 coming together? You're literally swapping out one player for another. And again,
but it's been so devastating, right?
Yeah. And it's, again, Sunny should be a player, obviously just the caliber that we know he has in him should be enough to obviously just lift you up from more than what we've seen out of them so far.
Yeah, the only player that really looked obvious to me would be X7 would have to go. Like everyone else kind of has their role and kind of star
Does
level
everything every now and again.
and value. And I feel like X7 would be the only one I could really, can't kick Sunny. You just sign him for a large amount of money.
Yeah.
You're going to have to try and work for him. X7 would be the only replacement I can think of. And then you need a finishing game leader at that point. Not many of those knocking around.
Not really a whole lot. You're going to have to dive into the likes of Havu or SJ, for example. But then you don't really know if they're going to take the level just on an individual point. And also, again, if Ollie's willing to necessarily just give away that responsibility that he's taken upon himself now with Alexa being removed from the team. Yeah. So there's a lot of things, a lot of pieces of the puzzle that needs to come together for ENCE before they can, be in contention of just not just being a top 8 or top 4 finisher anymore, but just getting to the tournament in itself.
Okay, well we're running out of a bit of gas here, so we're going to need an update. Is the game coming? Are we going for a knife round here? Are we going to go for a break? Let's have a look.
There it is. Asking you shall receive.
Why didn't you just? We were just about to run out of steam, so I can feel it coming. There it is. We are into the action. Thank you for bearing with us, ladies and gentlemen. Could be the final map of the evening here at day 2 at the GGBet Ice Challenge in London. A lot of CS in London going on right now.
Yeah.
It seems to be a bit of a hub.
On the east and the west side.
Apparently, yeah, that's a good point. We're deep West London right now.
Yeah.
This isn't even really London, to be honest with you. But we are.
There's going to be some guy in chat who's like from Twickenham or something who's just really upset.
It's such a residential area. Like, there's not really much going on with this stadium and houses. That's it. And you're about... If you wanted to go over the blast now, it'd take you about an hour and a half. Yeah. So, yeah, we are essentially
close to the airport, though.
Yeah, it might be better flying there. Let's see what happens then. It's going to be ENCE starting the CT side. I suppose that's something, but on their map pick, GODSENT might be happy with that. We'll see.
Only one kid this time.
Ooh, what is going on here? A 4-man peek towards middle. Flash is going over.
Oh.
They're committing.
It wasn't even a super deep peek. It was just like...
Yeah.
You probably could have done that without the flash. But I guess safety first. They don't really get anything for it, but they do make a pretty substantial rotation over towards the B-bomb side, and the double setup in Apps is going to pay off. Stikos falls.
Nice shot from Alu. This is what they needed, and we'll see whether they can convert this one. They won the pistol in the second half, and you've on the CT side of a 4-man stack towards ramp. And it looks like this one's going to work out for them as well. Crystal will find the first frag here for GODSENT. On the other side of the equation, 2 players alive. The mini-map a little bit misleading.
Yeah. Stiko just got imprinted to the ground, so his dot is still on the radar. But look at, this is an over-rotation and a half. There was no smokes, no utility that could ever convince ENCE that they committed all of their...
insane as well.
Oh boy, is this actually gonna...
That killed? Yeah, now it's a thing.
Are they actually going B though? Surely not.
No, they will go back towards
A. I was starting to get a little bit worried there. They're still... convinced that somebody, they're still convinced that somebody's over there.
They've got 2 kills in CT spawn, and it's like, okay, there's got to be someone A. This is really confusing, actually. So what's the actual final call? CT's now starting to doubt their positioning.
Yeah.
So they have to commit towards A. They will get the bomb down, but at least ENCE have realized in time they're still in the round, essentially, as we confirm the site's clear. Need to get the skates on at this point, get that bomb planted. Crystal be the one to do it. Really not an ideal plan considering how much space they've got here.
I'm not even sure. They went around all of Arch. They picked up a rotation. They have a guy in pit, so why don't you actually go for an open plant for pit?
They've got a smoke and a kit on the CT side. I would lean towards them considering the plants here. It's going to take something really quite special from Crystal.
Oh, Zen's not even peeking.
There it is.
All right.
Not the best setup there from GODSENT, but the fact they get the bomb down and actually make that round down to a 1 versus 1 is still miraculous.
What it was but for a couple of seconds it was a 5v2 right before Crystal gets the first pick to have any sort of answer, and then excellent job from Zen to pick off 2 on the rotation, but still have to call into question what ENCE were doing in terms of the over rotation, having all players over towards the B bomb site with no bomb down. And all of that jazz.
Yeah, indeed. Here are the odds from GG.bet. You can see GODSENT still in the lead after losing the pistol. That'll be at a 1.62 rating. Go check it out. We'll see whether this force buy will pay dividends for them on the T side. You can see the chickens being executed towards middle. Alu is a bit of a savage.
See if you can actually translate that precision on the chickens onto the players of GODSENT. 2 Galils in play. Sunny getting very aggressive, only with a deagle, so...
That is quite the move.
Yeah.
Smoke wasn't bloomed there. There was a chance that could have fallen apart, and he takes some damage. He's down to 59. Yeah. So the deagle only. His teammates with the M4s and UMPs.
They have at least gotten banana control for the time being, and that's what allows X7 to play as a solo defender here for the time being. But it does look like GODSENT are just happy to take their merry time, wait it out a little bit before they reaggress, and that's obviously going to force Sunny back. So GODSENT get really what they came out to do, which is keeping ENCE honest and holding players over towards the B-bomb site. Because unfortunately for them, it's majority rifles here over towards the A-bomb site, only aerial with the UMP, but he's also playing a close position, so it doesn't really matter all that much.
Lots of damage inflicted there with the smoke, but even more from Sticko in the apartments. That's their access point here. The MAC-10 unable to deliver the damage required. Sergey's in trouble. Alu fighting back here. 3 versus 3. Bombs to be planted. Hopefully a slightly more advantageous position. This time you got a bit of vision from the pit. That would have been a great plan beforehand.
Very true.
But for now, what's the CT play here? They want to hold on to the weapons. They have got a deagle for Sunny. Alu's very low. It's not looking good for the retake in that regard, but still.
I think you bail out. Honestly, you have 1 flash. How do you make that work? And you don't want to sack Alu with the 14 HP.
I guess they're waiting to see whether he gets a cheeky kill.
Oh, it's going to have to be very cheeky.
Yeah, this is now getting to the dangerous territory. No one's found a kill, but they are going to continue their assault. Apartments now is going to be the main focus. It hasn't worked out for them, so they will fall back. Alu, with just 14 points of health, can't justify the swing out of the apartments. Not enough time to do so, and it will be GODSENT. Forced by in the second round, winning out. And tying things up at 1-1 here. Michael ready to survive in the pits. There's Sticko on your screen right now, getting the job done.
2 kills for him in that round.
Nice stat cap from GODSENT. Respect. Nice merch. You want to hook me up? I'm down.
There you go. Pronex, you heard him. Well, GODSENT have to be feeling pretty good about that. ENCE yet again get off to a promising start, and it all falls apart just as quickly as it began. Now, though, full force by coming in from the side of ENCE. Only 1 rifle, just the one Alu held on to. You'd imagine that GODSENT would be able to do something with this. Palm flash, excellently done, but
yeah, very cool.
Because it's just such a narrow hallway that it's kind of hard to not be somewhat in the right area.
Yeah,
if you're at the
even if you're fully blind, you could be firing in one direction.
Yeah.
If you know they're going to be swinging off that, you're just going to pull the trigger. So a nice idea with 2 players there. Thwarts their efforts. Still a chance on the force buy, especially on Inferno. Flashbangs towards the barrel position.
Yeah, Alu is the one player with the rifle, and he's held up over towards B. Could provide a bit of a nasty surprise for GODSENT. But you'd imagine with how much utility that you have left, they're not going to just come barging into the B-bomb site if that's what they opt to do without any sort of smokes being put down. Let's see, no rotations from ENCE so far, though.
Well then, 40 seconds remaining. Just lining up a smoke here. Sticko probably do the dribble smoke out of the apartments here. Eventually, he's got the lineup ready to go. And it's going to be Crystal just throwing himself in towards B with vision taken away. You can see smoke towards coffins. CD spawn as well. That's a big kill. Sticko could have given that one up, but looks like it's under control. Sunny, probably good for a frag, maybe 2 in his position. It's a difficult one to flush out, but the timing eludes him. And Sticko will get a second of the round, looking for a third, which he gets. And that should be round. Yeah, just the M4 they've managed to avoid. Perfectly done.
And the question is if Alu can actually avoid Crystal. He knows someone was around there a couple of seconds ago, so he knows he can't safely fall back to Banana, and this is just going to become a pincer. It's not going to end well for him.
It's not going to end well at all because that's eco territory now. Can't force buy this one. You're going to get $2,400 next round. So the 2K is actually on the nose, just about what you need to buy up in the next one. You can't even get a flash. You can't get a P250. Yeah. This is hard eco. And almost a 0% chance of winning the round.
Yeah, and it's such a swell for the economy of GODSENT as well, because with them winning the force buy, they picked up so many rifles from it as well. You still have 2 of the M4s in circulation.
And you got MAC-10s out this round as well. You got farm cash with that. Ideally, you're going to send them in first again. Here's the flash that goes towards top of B. Jump throw will give you the perfect setup for your teammates as they make their way up. And no, it's an A stack here. 5 players towards middle. Zach, it's a bit of a shooting gallery there.
He didn't have head armor either.
Oh, that's exactly why he went down. There you go.
Oh yeah, you don't want to fight this alone, Michael.
Bombs down to T steps. No.
Oh.
Okay, there's a chance. Okay, there was a chance that CD's going to win that with the bomb down there, but of course, without any armor, just USPs. A couple of kills is fine, but uncomfortable, I would say, the Godsend there. Doesn't want to throw those rifles away if possible. It's not likely that Ariel does gather one and fall back, but he is at T-steps right now.
Yeah.
So you never know, I suppose.
Only downside here is that Main's not going to be able to pick up an additional weapon. So one of the rifles do go into the ether.
3-1. No AWP, I don't think, for Ali. Oh, he's got 5,300. I think that's justifiable. Goes to the M4 instead.
So they just want to rely on
how
utility.
reliant they are on him, especially. I would have gone for that, I think. But
yeah,
we'll see what he can do. We did mention before, he's certainly capable with the M4. ENCE, if you are just joining us, this is our Group B elimination game. Their map pick of Nuke ended in a disastrous fashion with a 16-7 win for GODSENT. This is now the pick of the European squad. Looking good so far, 3-1. Gunning for that 2-0 as they battle up Banana here. Good spot to go, especially when you know the money's pretty low. Sunny will go down here. He did well to even get a single kill, and X7 knows that he either, this is like fight or flight situation now. He either swings down and avenges his teammate, or he falls back and tries to slow them down. He's opted for the latter. And in terms of rotations, it's pulled over Alu from middle. And we have two players in towards the apartments, I believe. Are they double stacked at the end there?
Yeah, they are. So similar to what we saw in the pistol round. We'll see if csgo actually invites any sort of opening for them here. Oh, they actually back out at the wrong time. So timing's definitely not been on the side of ENCE so far. Alu's at least made his way back towards Arch. Oh, doesn't actually get the kill either. Fumbles the nades as well, so not going to be follow-up, but Crystal's dealt with by Sergey.
Ooh.
Playful.
Yeah, that's a really nice one from csgo. Really calm. Mate, that's like such a guaranteed round. If he gets that kill, he knows it as well. Like, everyone's got a sigh of relief. That's a big kill to pick up. The pit player can always be a nuisance. And you can see not overcommitting, just running that bomb down, listening out for the footsteps, and not going to check it. Really great series from csgo. You won't see that reflected in the stats, but in terms of what he's doing and saving rounds and key situations, he's pulling his weight.
Oh, absolutely. He's been fragging out to start this this series as well.
Yeah.
Like, he was a very reliable source of kills on ramp for the better part of the first map, and now starting off this Inferno game pretty damn strong as well. I think he's up to 10 kills. Obviously, some of them being versus ecoed opponents, but somebody's got to get him. Might as well be him. So yet again, GODSENT off to an excellent start. This time on their own map pick, and the aggression from Alu, oh, that was hopeful if nothing else. Scout down. And with these scout purchases as well, it does just make it impossible for him to actually get an op.
That's such a good point. This is like the nightmare territory. Like, when G2 are in their slump, like, I'd often say, like, we're getting to round 12. We haven't even seen a Kenny S AWP yet, right? This is the kind of territory you're getting in. Like, you've lost a map, you keep buying up, hoping you can steal a round away. If they leave this half even getting Alu Warp on the CT side of Inferno, like, what have you been doing in this boot camp, you know? Like, what's been going on? Like, the fact that, like, we're going to go another round now where he might be able to drop the weapon, I suppose, but with the maximum loss bonus, but it's certainly going to be difficult for him to justify going glass cannon. We'll see what he wants to do. Scout investment. It's still enough there for the AWP to be purchased. We'll see.
But yeah, but like, in the previous round, we saw him still, well, having more money than what he's going to end up with now, opting out from getting the op. He would have had a couple of nades, if nothing else, with it. And now he can just afford the op. I guess he can get a decoy, but it's a rough situation to be in if you're ENCE. So pause being taken. They definitely have a fair few things to talk about. We'll see if it's going to be X7 or Sergey or someone who actually drops an op for Alu so we can get Kevlar. Do kind of doubt that though. Sunny's already bought up, so he's not going to be the sacrificial lamb. And Alu, opts in for a rifle.
This is underwhelming so far, however. I have to say, I don't like to bang on about teams and difficult slumps and like positions they found themselves in, but like this is dire. This is like now, like, sure, the end of last year we're like, okay, they've just brought Sunny in, but this is GODSENT. This is a team like just breaking the top 30, right? Like, no disrespect to them, that we've said they're a great squad, but ENCE in this tournament, the landscape here, there are some great teams in this tournament, but These sort of lineups, they should be at least be competitive in them.
It's meant to be a tournament for them where they can build confidence,
yeah,
right?
Like they should be showing us what this boot camp's done for them, what the new defined roles, how they mix things up. I'm not really seeing anything. It's like, wow, they've really kind of reinvented themselves. It's just same positions, kind of same sort of territory taken, same game plan. Just maybe like they've been working individually harder. I don't know. There seems like a lot of individual moments here. It's Crystal just come barreling through the smoke there at the Mac 10. It's such a powerful weapon. The flashbang to set him up as well. He continues to get so much intel, just downloading the entire bomb site there, confirming the site is actually clear itself, and maybe not so much a pick. A couple of missed Molotovs today from GODSENT. Gives them a bit of wiggle room. Crystal just tucks himself in here. They don't have to commit to this.
Oh, is he going to find Sergey?
Sergey knows.
Yeah.
Oh,
Still loses out the duel.
You got to hit those, son. You got to hit those. It's pre-fired as well. Did he have a helmet? I guess they must not.
He didn't, no.
Damn. There's still a chance the round considering how low they are, but this is like, we have to go this because we're so desperate.
Great pick from Michaelella as well.
That's a kill. That might be... Ooh, okay, not quite.
It's toasty.
Was he land on top of both of them there? One take would have got him. But 6-1 down. Another Rico on the cards if he doesn't save the M4, or a partial buy at the very least.
Surely you don't go... is he going to just stick... No, he can't stick around to like lump and nade into pit, because obviously with how low Michaelella and Crystal are, they're not moving anywhere near there. So yeah, he's ducking out and just going from bad to worse here for ENCE. As I said, yeah, you really have to put into question what they were actually doing at their boot camp.
Well, maybe we can find out. Oh, made a bit down.
Yeah, that's a bit of a blooper. He was on 99 HP as well, so he could have just ran down into pit.
Like I said, like it might have sounded like hyperbole, but I have a feeling for this sometimes. I think if this is the tournament, if this is dead last for ENCE, like you'll see changes before. Yeah. Like within a month. I think this is pure speculation. This is just like
the hard thing is like what kind of changes do they make though?
That's what we're kind of brainstorming before. I don't know where they would go, but like the morale would just be so low after this. Like you're just taking that boot camp and you dead last again. It's just like the invites are going to stop coming soon. Like the qualifiers aren't working out for them.
And if there's any year to stop getting invites, this is probably the worst one.
The worst possible one. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see though. Still not out of it, but this buy is probably not what's going to bring them back. Sticko finds Sergey aggressing, doubles up to find Ariel as well.
Great awareness. Great positioning.
Yeah, this is what we talk about with Sticko again. Those two frags are not going to end up on a highlight reel. No. But they're so important.
Like against Deagles in the hands of the finished players, like getting two opening frags like that cleanly, surviving, getting good information, confirming an area is clear, like that's so important. Like people don't understand how difficult these rounds are now. With Deagle and Armor in CSGO, with the new money system, that's really where it stems from, the fact you get a boost from the second round now. Like you can always have Deagle Armor pretty much. So like the fact you're getting these kills and players are so well versed in it because they use it so often now. Just finding those couple of kills is fantastic. Aloe, this could be disappointing. He'll get the kill on Crystal, I believe. He goes towards Boiler again, though. Just he comes down the corner.
Yeah.
Don't look
It's
down.
one of those days.
He's going to get the kill. There it is.
All right.
No swing, no trade. I guess that's fine. Didn't have to get up. Good grenade. He's causing some damage now.
Does he go back for more, though? Yeah, he does.
So patient.
Yeah, there was no reaction from GODSENT as well. It's like, okay, Crystal, you've done your part. You've sacrificed yourself for the greater good. And X7 being found on the B bomb site. Okay, that actually spurs the rotation over. I'm a little bit surprised by that because they know he has an AK now.
I guess they know where he is. There's not really enough time to reposition with 15 seconds now. He could actually get a 3-man spray down. AK-47, not going to happen. Significant damage, but still a chance for Sunny, I suppose, with 2-on-1 at the low HP. And now they know exactly where he is. But has he got a kit? He has not. Flashing over, coming in fast. And I guess he'll maybe assume that they're behind the smoke. Full defuse coming in here. Michael Eddy
he's actually sticking it. I was getting a little bit worried.
He would have mistimed that had he
yeah, I was about to say.
He peaked up the 5-second mark. But still, it works out, wins the round. All good.
It's when your Mississippis go a little bit too long.
Yeah, right. That's such a... Imagine that's the way it went down. Like, he was always going to swing off it, but he had the kit. We never knew. We were just like, oh, damn, he almost had it. Either way, 7-1, well played. Sunny did what he could, but again, that round, if they had won it, would just come down to a 3-on-1. Sunny got them individually. We need to see some strong together rounds. Ali's got the AWP. We go into round number 9 here.
Finally.
We'll see whether he can... Like, I remember saying at one point, I think it was in 2018, like, in my book, the best CT AWPer in Inferno. Like, hands down. Yeah. In terms of the aggression, the confidence, the way he was dictating pace, changing positions up, just being a nuisance everywhere.
Yeah, just finding those crucial openings, right?
That killer instinct where he's dictating where he wants to go. No one's telling him. He's like, I'm doing this, and I'm finding kills. And I will reap. I'll hit the double shot. Like, it's going to happen. I'm just not seeing that anymore.
Oh, might have a resurgence here as we get going with the CT side, but ENCE definitely need to string a couple of rounds together here. Sergey's made a rotation over towards the bomb side, so 3 players from ENCE over here. Sees the smoke and kind of second guesses himself. There we go. That's good teamwork there from ENCE initially. Maybe might think this is a free bomb site now.
We've got Sticko again at the end. Sergey's got himself at least one, at least being the operative statement there. Now Alu's left on a 2-on-1.
Oh.
And if we look at his position right now.
Yeah, but Sticko might think he's cleared out everything. Oh, wait.
Yeah, but the thing is, hold on, what's going on here? That's a weird one. Like, Alu was just going to transition towards B, like they're going in there. Like, he had no information.
But it seemed like Alu had an idea that somebody had gotten out towards B,
yes.
But no, it's a tough situation, obviously, for him to be in.
Lack of info and not really much to go on, I suppose.
But that was the first op round from ENCE, and Alu fires a single shot. That was all you got from it?
That's basically it. There's nothing else. Oh, this is another partial buy. This is. I apologize. I kind of built this series up. I was like, this is the big showstopper at the end of the day. ENCE on the comeback. I guess if they can get 5 rounds, still might have something there. Oh, you're locked in, X7. Oh, your little friends there with you as well. It's not looking good.
Good nade, though.
Yeah, they might not check. Oh, the Molotov. Very efficient for GODSENT. Like, with that first kill, you might overlook that position. Like, the amount of times I've said they've actually run past without checking it, like, it's insane. And I'd be interested to see how efficient their smokes are. Normally gaps in this CT spawn smoke looks like they're good. And they're going to commit, but a good flashbang from Aerial. This could be enough for Alu. He's going to come barreling through. Doesn't have the best weapon for a quick kill there. No one close range. 4-on-2. Aerial and Sergey stepping in a rock and a hard place, I'm afraid. He's going to have to push through smokes and hope for high timing. Does get them one. But now just Sergey, Desert Eagle. Good for the single picks, not multiple frags necessarily. And through the smoke they go. 9-1. GODSENT's map pick, go figure. This is the lower bracket of our elimination game in Group B. This will be dead last place for ENCE, unfortunately, if this keeps going.
This is definitely not how they wanted to start out 2020. Obviously, they had chances to qualify for Katowice. They dropped to FaCe in the deciding game there.
Yeah.
Managed to get a map off of FaCe, which I guess that could have been a spark of hope for all the Finnish fans. But since then, it hasn't really been too much to pop out the champagne for.
Sadly, I don't think the champagne's still definitely on ice right now. I don't think win a map first, the tournament, then we'll kind of
we'll start bringing it out.
Yeah, we'll start to defrost it. Either way, let's see. We've got the AWP out for Alu.
Yeah.
Does the scores come up for individual when he gets going after the buy? I think it does. I'm interested to see what the totals are right now. So he's got
7 kills.
Yeah. No, I don't think anyone's got much more than that on the end side, to be fair. They've been 1 round. But it's where are these, like, they haven't really challenged B too much. You haven't seen much. Like, that used to be Sunny's calling card in mouse sports, at least. He'd run down B and just go for opening kills, like, a lot. Like, that was his thing.
He did it one time with the Deagle versus an Eco, right?
Yeah.
And that was about it.
But that was always his thing, like super aggression, like hyper aggression almost towards B. Like he's always so confident in his rifling on this side of the map, and this is about as standard as it gets. You've got one site, one CT spawn, like holding onto the utility, to clutching onto it almost. You can see they haven't deployed anything. So HE incendiary smoke, which is fine. I'm not saying that's wrong, just to be clear. It's just like we're not seeing any real changes and challenges, and you're 9-1 down. You would assume they would have to start adjusting the setup here. If the boost comes through, looking towards that corner, like lately. Hold foot for a second. So just one player on this side of the map. It's going to be boosted on towards B, so that's going to be Sunny up top now. So a bit of change.
Yeah.
So debating from Pillar.
GODSENT are actually running out of utility. They only have 2 smokes left, so I think this is going to have to be a B play. Maybe they delayed a little bit to see if there's any rotations that Steve can pounce on, but okay, they're just going to go up in contact.
Sunny's going to get at least 1 here, but the problem is they know exactly where he is now. I'll have to dump everything. Luckily, he held onto his utility, if you remember. So, has that bought enough time? Mike Lady, do not jump up there, my friend. That is not looking good. He hits it. Well played. I thought he was absolutely done for that. Sunny, the crosshair positioning.
Yeah, just finds the exact right moment.
But it's going to be 10-1, unfortunately.
This couldn't have gone much better for GODSENT, could it? And again, their money is obviously in a fantastic spot. So, you're going to have Stiko just kind of peering around here. Oh, does he find the timing? Surely you expect them to save towards A now, Stiko. haven't heard anything towards B. But there's no reason for GODSENT to really let ENCE hold on to these weapons. You want to put as much pressure as humanly possible on the ENCE side as of right now. You have so much money to spare.
Yeah, I guess you've got enough for the rest of the time. Like you taking a couple of kills now is not going to be a massive factor. If you just get one of these frags on the CTs, that's going to have a big knock-on effect for them. But they keep 3 up. That
means they can rebuy.
Yeah, that's about the only good news. They've won the pistol, Alva. I just forgot about that. They won the freaking pistol. That's all they've got.
Yeah, it hasn't been great.
Okay, still time.
There is, and yet again, Michaelilla, he's warming up as the series goes through. Again, starting off on Nuke isn't necessarily the easiest thing for an offer, but getting into map 2, gradually getting more and more into it. Now it's sitting at 11 frags. So yeah, it's just more of the same for GODSENT, the fact that they're getting contributions from everyone. So 3 players early towards Banana. They're still like moving out on this. They're chucking down utility and then just going halfway aggressive.
Well, there we go. A bit more.
Yeah.
Or one side. Oh, big grenade, though. Need to get the hell out of there if they can. Take the man advantage and run. 10-1 here. 10-5, like, honestly, it happens. You can bring that back. But they need the next 4 rounds.
Yeah. The thing is, like, normally when you have a 10-5 half, it's you've had positive tendencies at least moving up to that point, right? So you feel like
some crazy clutches or, like, it's been good rounds that have fallen apart. What's happened here? Well, Zen, he's found some wiggle room. Luckily, Alu started to land some shots at this point. We'll see whether this is where dribble smoke works. So that's another kill for Ali.
Yeah.
Nice work.
That flash just didn't go far enough.
Yeah. But he still needs to win the round. Zalu actually smoked himself out of the side there. So we'll see whether this is going to be him rotating around. The bomb's going to jump out the apartments here quickly. And let's go for the plants. 2 players being going towards middle. That's going to be Sunny and X7. As Crystal needs to avoid them at quad if possible. He's going to make a bit of noise coming down. Oh, he's actually nailed it.
I think if Michaelilla gets the first frag in this situation, if the bomb's planted, GODSENT are in an excellent position to win this out. Because there's not a lot of flash. There's no flashes on ENCE's side, right? There's 2 smokes, which is good, but to actually get forward and into the side and make it difficult for GODSENT, those flashes would have been so valuable.
Let's see what Michaelilla can make of this. Oh, I like this. Getting in towards that smoke. That's pretty brutal. He knows he's got actually something to work with there. Oh no, 2 on 1 now, and there's the AWP left, and he's given up his position. So why would you swing on him again? Make him touch the bomb. Which is just not going to happen, is it? No. You have to save this weapon. Oh, it's the frustration there a bit.
Yeah.
Well, back to the drawing board.
Yeah. Like, this is the kind of tough thing as well, because obviously for the sake of the game, you want to portray this as, well, there is still a chance, they have a hope, there's a glimmer, there's some piece of rope that they can clutch onto, but it's not like a lot of these rounds have been competitive as well. Again, it comes back to one of the 4-spy rounds from ENCE where it ended up in the 1v1 with Michaelilla and Sunny.
Yes. Okay.
And that's about as close as it's gotten.
They've won the pistol and they've lost 11 rounds straight on the CT side of Inferno. This is not a team that's looking like they've got their shit together, unfortunately.
Yeah, this
is Inferno. It's not like a Vertigo or anything like that. This is Inferno, a map. They've changed 1 player in this roster, and they can't get any footing on any big matchups anymore. Like it's been like this for the last 3 months now. Like it's really getting quite kind of almost awkward. Like this is because they were like the dizzy heights they're at. Like this is what comes with the spotlight. If you want to be up there, be regarded as a top 5 team in the world, like when you drop off as dramatically as they have, like it sticks out like a sore thumb, unfortunately.
We went to the mountaintop without oxygen masks.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It's getting dizzy up there. Well, flashbang available for Sunny. Like I said, just get a few rounds on the board if possible. That's better from Sunny. Good shot. Needs some flashbang as well, but he has to find a couple of frags. Flashbang slightly catches him.
Yeah, smoke's also in the way. How do you play this one out? You know you're getting trapped by GODSENT players. Oh, he might actually not know that Main's made is all the way down. But look at how patient GODSENT are on their takes as well. They drop down the utility. They have 1 player commit fully in towards the site to kind of just peer out what's going on.
Well,
GODSENT are just... you would have imagined it's GODSENT who've had the 9-day boot camp.
they're just hungry. This is even like a team that's actually, they're hungry for this. They're like, we said this yesterday. It might be pouring on a little bit too thick, but some of the players here, like this could be like, especially like Crystal, Makalele, like this could be like their last opportunity, not even last opportunity of pro play. Like they've been grinding for this. We haven't seen them in 2 years almost, like in terms of on LAN and like this, they know as well. They've got to perform. They've got to put the hard work in terms of the theory. We had an interview here, like even just getting an organization for themselves was like
that took
a nightmare.
a while.
Like they couldn't even get an organization because no one really believed in the squad, but that they've put in the graft themselves, and that's really evident. Like you don't see like new teams arrive at LAN most of the time and actually have like a really solid game plan and like looking deadly. Like, I feel like they actually be dangerous at this tournament. Like sure they lost an RV, but they took a map of them. They had them on the ropes, and it was a really strong performance. And like the likes of Electronic, who's just looked amazing this tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
And we didn't have Zen coming online the way he did today. This is a team that could actually be in contention for at least like a top 3 here.
Well, and it's definitely not looking like one of those contenders right now.
No, not really sure what to say about this one.
Oh, it's another bye, if nothing else. X7 on the UMP, no ops in play. And I kind of want to see them being able to do something more in Banana. Now, yet again, they're trying to have 3 players over towards the area, but they haven't been able to do anything with this real estate. That's the thing that kind of worries me. Again, juicy nade.
Yeah, they actually got an HE kill on the T side.
So
the previous round. You don't see that too often, to be honest. Oh, X7, you're going to do very well to get more than one there. HE's exchange once again. Aerial. You got it. That's just...
It's just indicative of what we're seeing, I guess.
He's like one of the star fraggers in the squad, and like he's been given 2.5 seconds there with silenced them for one of the easier weapons to control the recall. I appreciate it was a chaotic situation, but that he knows that wasn't good enough.
Oh yeah.
Like Makalele can't believe he's lucky he's alive. Like how have I even had time to reposition, calculate these out towards quad, flick up, take the shot, survive with more than half health? That's kind of insane. It should be at least 1 HP, like at least a ding or something. 13-1. Well then, yeah, that is kind of, that encapsulates his entire game.
Yeah.
So just not turning up.
It's
maybe giving up at this point.
It is pretty wild how flat you can look, though. That's a wild thing. And again, like with all they're doing in Banana now, right there, they're not getting anything for it. The one nade that was thrown from GODSENT did more damage than 3 Molotovs and a bunch of AGs.
All else fails, boys. Well, they swap the gun now. Brush mid. Here we go. Should have been doing this every round. Oh, maybe not. Hold on.
Well, I mean, it's still closer than what they've been in a lot of instances.
Well, that's a good nade as well. That hurts. Ooh. They know both players are here with the grenades thrown. Just a matter of time before the logical conclusion comes through. Oh, how is he alive? Sticko, absolute madman. Somehow gets away with it. X7 now 2 versus 1. If he gets in the second round, not all is lost, and this could actually be a possibility here.
No,
no,
it's not.
All right. To be honest, there's a world of difference between 14-1 and 13-2. If like a round like that goes away the last round, you're just like, oh, damn, that's going to be... Oh, we've got the hook out. Let's bring it over. It's a dad cap as requested on stream.
That was
GODSENT
quick.
Brought it over. Thank you so much.
That was so fast.
I appreciate it. There we go. Let's get it. I'll get it on.
I don't know who you're like contacting, like who slides into your DMs or whatnot, but this was so fast.
I'm a fan now. Let's go. They've got the best logo, best merch, maybe the best team.
The logo is sick.
Logo is sick. Like, that's one logo you don't want to rebrand.
Yeah.
Let's keep that logo going. Like,
it's
one of the coolest and only cool logos I've seen in esports. Let's
don't hop on that trend for sure.
No one has to change it, I think. It's all good.
Ooh, Henry.
That's about as bad as yours can get for someone, I think.
Yeah.
That's it. That's actually, that's rock bottom. It can't go lower than 1. So there you have it. It's not looking good at all. GODSENT looking to close things out, but they are going to lose the first frag here. And we get into what looks to be a promising situation. Maybe not for long, though. Zen just mowing down his fellow countrymen there from the bedroom position. As we go forward now, there is going to be a transition back towards B. Yes, and indeed, it is open.
See if the rotation from Maiden comes in time. He's good enough to actually grab a couple of shots here and there on the cross, but nothing's going to come of it. Instead, it's Sticko to join in on the fun.
Time here, Halvor, the bomb down especially as well. It's just every decision they make, they're not wrong ones. It's just like, that's really unfortunate. That's fallen apart, but it's just been the storyline so far. Can they bring it back? Maybe not. Yeah. Alu, 3 versus 1. It looked like a perfect round for them, but that's a great shot towards CT spawn. Something to work with here. 27 HP. Holding. Yeah, all the moves at this point. Any trick you can find. makes his way back towards new boxes, but they're going to know exactly where he is by that plant.
Yeah.
He needs a couple of one-taps here. It's not impossible, but not likely. Throws a flash out. That's me swinging on him straight away, and indeed it will be Maiden confirming things there. Looks like ENCE out the tournament, boys. I can only give them so many opportunities at this point.
I was impressed by how long the optimism
Yeah, right.
was
I
in
kept
you,
it going until like 13-1. I'm still going. Like, they get
13-2.
Like, you never know. I really was trying to keep it alive.
Yeah.
But that should do it, I'm afraid.
Hope dies last.
That's 14 rounds in a row required on the team side of Inferno to keep us in overtime.
Yeah. If nothing else, I mean, they got a bomb plant, so this second round bye is going to be better than nothing. Yeah. I mean, we're really grasping at straws to see the light at the end of the tunnel here. But I mean, one thing we can take a lot of positivity in is how GODSENT has been playing.
That's, yeah, to be fair, we have really been focusing on that. Like, I'm actually blown away at the level they're bringing to this tournament. Like, I've got so jaded by the idea of like, oh, we need X amount of time before we can do anything with this squad. Like, these guys come in here with no excuses. They said, like, we're ready. We're willing to show what we've been working on. And, like, you can see it. Like, this is just turning up and putting your best foot forward. Like, they've got a great little team here. Like, it's been well-versed in strategy and fundamentals in terms of spacing, more specifically. That's the same with Mad Lions as well. Like they've had this very similar sort of head-turning performance in terms of, just theory, just grinding it out. Instead of having star players lighting people up, like, you can see it's a team that's winning the game, not these individual star signings.
Absolutely. Making the most out of what you have available to yourself. Hero's going to find at least one frag here, so it's a 3v3 situation. Only 2 players towards the A-bomb site so far. Good positioning from Zen, though. Bit of an off angle. Oh, but just gets one player too many to focus on. Maybe it can be the beginning of something. If not the complete turnaround, then prettying up the final score.
Yep, we're not going to get satisfaction just yet. We'll have to wait a few more rounds, it seems, as GODSENT is holding it together. They'll force, potentially, I guess, in this sort of scenario, you just wanted to close out as quickly as possible. You just take ecos until you get full buys out. You're going to be double eco regardless, so you might as well buy. But I guess this is a different sort of landscape. It's like, you got to let's just wait. Let's just not do anything crazy. Let's not get ourselves kind of doubting the first gun round.
I think if there's one thing Double Walk is relaying to his team right now is that don't get fancy, don't mess this up. Just play within your means. We've practiced
that used to be a big thing for me as well. Just like, I know we're going to win this game, but let's not chance it. Let's not stress ourselves out. Let's just
don't make it harder for yourself.
Let's take the percentage chance of like what's going to be the greatest outcome of us is closing this one out, and that's going to be gun round fully equipped on the CT side of Inferno, not trying to steal one away with Eagles and you don't have the AWP in the first gun round.
Yeah,
that. Sure, they would still win the game, but it's just like you want to make a statement performance. This 16-3 would be a massive statement, but like if it goes down to like 16-10 and you kind of close it out, it's a bit ropey. People are going to be doubting the setup. So that would be the dream at this point. We'll see whether this is where we can have a bit of damage from the GODSENT side. They found 1 kill so far.
Yeah.
As they make their way up, open B site or open A site, I should say. It's going to be stack.
Yeah, and they're going to be looking to retrieve whatever weapon csgo dropped for himself, and that's an AK in the hands of Zen. I don't think he's going to be venturing too far towards the A-bomb site with this one. Picked up the deagle as well on Michaelilla, so yeah, I mean, if you're GODSENT, you hold on to whatever you have right now. Happy with it. You've got a smoke on Zen as well. Just play with that into the next round. You can throw away the pistols.
And you got a day off tomorrow.
Yeah, oh, that's actually, you're playing for a day. Yeah, no, for sure, yeah.
Well, both teams have a day off tomorrow. One of them won't be in the tournament.
Yeah.
But like going through to the playoffs and then knowing you've got a lovely day off tomorrow as well, explore the rainy sights of Brexit London.
And you're going to know your opponent as well, so you do have some time to do some research as well. So, you know, buy an umbrella, walk around on Oxford Street, and then head back.
Yeah. Monday morning, not the best time to be out and about, but could be exciting, I guess.
I mean, you want to experience the rush hour in London
I did it the other day. I did the tube journey. Like it was like 9:30, so it was after the hell time. I was like, I had to wait for 3 different tubes. I just even get on one, and then once you did, you were just like, I'm a pretty broad guy. Like up top, like I was basically just rammed in there like some sardines. Really didn't enjoy myself.
Have you seen how they do it in Tokyo?
Well, they have
So
the
wait,
queuing system. They're individual. They actually have to get. Oh no, sorry. You're actually talking about when they actually push them in
Yeah,
physically.
they actually
sorry,
have dedicated people to push people into the metro. Do you think that's going to come to London?
They might have to. Well, like the tube is ridiculous now. It is absolutely wrecked, antiquated.
We'll see if this AK is going to do anything for Zen in this round. He's bought up with light Kevlar to give himself a bit more of a fighting chance. It's also, well, right now situated between the two bomb sites. Gonna be a little bit indecisive as to where he wants to end up. I feel like if you're GODSENT right now, you don't really stand anything to lose if you just stack all players on one bomb site. And if they don't show up, well, you've got an AK going into the next buy round.
Exactly. It's something.
No, just sticking with the fairly standard setups as of right now.
Large smoke coming in.
Michael is ahead of that. Doesn't get the connection he was looking for, though. So just a little bit of damage done to Aerial. Aerial actually has been getting a fair few frags eventually here after a couple of severe blunders.
It's quite refreshing to see ENCE like still just going for it. It's like even though they need 12 in a row, like they're playing this like this is proper gun rounds. They're not giving much away. Like they still believe it.
It's not the tilt rush somewhere up mid.
No, they're to respect in that regard.
Okay, so AK's been felt the presence of in Banana, so they're going to make the rotations over towards A, and that's been a free bomb site with Gamble coming in from GODSENT. And I think Zen just ducks out towards the B bomb site. Maiden might have a case for that himself as well, considering he'd opted in for Deagle and Light Kevlar. Well, it's pretty much up to Crystal to be the notification beacon to sense if there's any danger around them. So 4 rounds on the board, and I guess now we get to see what GODSENT really have cooking for themselves on the CT side.
Yeah, for context, some of you might be joining from Twitter, seeing some of the conversation about this game going on. This is the Group B elimination game. With the first map was Nuke. That was actually the pick of ENCE. They gave that one up 16-7 after a very underwhelming performance, and I'm afraid it didn't get much better on the pick of GODSENT. They're now going to be 15-4 down. They pick a round up here, but they were actually 15-1 down at one stage. So.
They were 1-0 up.
They were at one. There was a point in the game they were 1-0 up. That's true. The very first round they won the pistol in the first half. That's all they got. Excuse me. And we'll see what this is. What GODSENT have been waiting for. This is where they can sink their teeth, and they've been very frugal with their finances so far, and that's to be expected. You just want to close this game out with the full buy, which they've got. They've got the rifles across the board, that saved AK, all the utility, one kit. Could use one more maybe, it's not a huge deal as long as you got one at the very least, and we'll be getting into the next round. No pause called. This could be it. It's going to be a GODSENT finish regardless if you ask me, but just how quickly can they find it. So bullets exchanged. No real damage inflicted just yet. Maiden has to extinguish the Molotov towards the sandbags, but he's happy with that, falls back. Problem is that was all he really had in terms of utility. As the round develops here, we will be seeing mid control. Opted for next, going to be throwing the smoke towards Arch from the steps position there. That goes down, focus towards Quad, and with the flashbang, she's going to make their way up. Just going through as the smoke starts to dissipate there. They've taken significant damage, even more so now. That's going to hurt. Michael Ailey with a decent incendiary does take down the first. Could be the end of the game right here, right now. Zen looking to take down more Finnish players here if possible, but he is exposed. The next 7 will find him. This is it now. Michael Ailey with his second of the round. First was by virtue of the incendiary, and we're going to see Chris now. A lovely little angle, but surely gets traded out. Oh, you've got to hit those, Alu. He's not going to go down, is he? That's done. And there we have it. It's going to be 16-4 in the end. GODSENT with a pretty godlike performance, I have to say. That was actually pretty impressive. And just respect to the coach as well, Devilwalk. He's obviously been having these guys working real hard. We've noticed it throughout the tournament. They didn't win against Navi. We saw all these telltale signs they were going to be dangerous here. Sure, ENCE aren't in the greatest form right now, but you can only play against what's put in front of you, right?
Absolutely.
So, and we got great merch here as well. So
there you go. That was quick.
I asked for something on stream, and then the next half an hour is on my head. You know, that's the power we've got on this side of the broadcast.
Yeah.
It was a long day, Halvor.
It was.
What are your main takings from that?
It could have been longer. I mean, I'm, again, just thoroughly impressed by what GODSENT are bringing to the table. I think we could say the same thing for Mad Lions as well.
Sure.
Solidifying their spot as the second best team in Denmark as of right now. Obviously, quite a few steps to reach the level of Astralis, but
Of
you
course.
just have to take it step by step.
That's a very good taking, actually. The fact that we're seeing team chemistry and hard work pay off for once, instead of it just being I made a tweet the other day. I feel like 2019 was the year of mechanical skill for CS, when all these young guns broke out and showed us how crazy the game could be with the Krieg, for example. It's quite refreshing to see teams that are grinding the old school way and actually just getting it done on a map basis and having deep map pools and strategies and good fundamentals actually working out for two teams here.
Yeah, that was really cool for us to see as well with GODSENT, because we hadn't seen Inferno. That ended up being their pick today. So now we know they actually have like 3 to 4 pretty damn solid maps, which is obviously going to be really beneficial going into the playoffs.
That we know of.
Yeah,
you know? So
there could be more.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a great day of Counter-Strike. That's going to be 2-0. We say goodbye to ENCE and Heroic in the last couple of days here. It's going to be Mouse Sports and Na'Vi on the brackets there, ready to go. And the first game is going to be, obviously, OG versus Mad Lions. Who have you got for that one?
Oh, that's actually a pretty tough one to pick. I'm going to have to side with Mad Lions. Again, I've been so impressed with what they've shown.
I think GODSENT for Virtus.pro as well. I think Avantgarde, they again have... They look shaky. I would say if I didn't see this tournament before, I would have gone with Avantgarde or Virtus.pro. But after seeing this performance and the fact that they're struggling here, I feel like GODSENT could have 2-0 them, no problem.
Yeah, we could be looking at a semifinals for both Mad Lions and GODSENT. That would have been quite something.
Final.
Who knows? Who knows? Anything can happen. I mean, Na'Vi have had their faults, even though they are in a semifinals. So you can't really fault them for having a chance, at least.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm sorry, I missed what you said, production. What have we got next?
Got something up their sleeve?
There's something. Maybe I can just wrap it up. What do you think? Did you hear anything?
Okay, we can end. Okay.
All right, any closing thoughts on the day?
No, just, again, thoroughly impressed by the grinding teams that have made it here. Hoping to see more of it. I hope they don't kind of lose their hot form on the day off.
I agree. Thank you to GODSENT for the cap. Thank you for watching. We'll see you not tomorrow. It's a day off tomorrow. We're back on, what's the day today? It's Sunday today. We're back on Tuesday from the arena. I'm not sure how it's going to look. XL Center. We've got a crowd and a bigger arena this time. Last time we just had an octagon. With kind of people walking around.
There you go.
This is a proper thing now. This is a real tournament. I hope you join us. We'll be there. I hope you will be as well. We'll see you then.